Hey y'all, welcome back to Missouri again. I have a mess. I have no idea what I should be doing. This is my March cover, and you will notice it looks a little similar from the last one. I make a lot of my videos from the manila envelopes, the orangey ones that you know, has a clap that comes down and a clasp on the top. And fabric, because I sew. I have lots of fabric. And this is a topper I made, because I have lots of toppers. And I made this before we went to Florida, because I wasn't sure when we'd get back. But this is my March journal. It's from a old bingo card and a doily, some cloth, cheesecloth, lace, flowers. There's a little bunny there. That is Peter Cottontail. And this is my beginning. I've not felt well most of the week. I've still worked my butt off till yesterday, but I have cleaned, everything's unpacked, everything is put away, but I hurt. So I have done a lot of this on my own, but I wanted to get my friends here. So this is kind of my title page. This is AJ's Hoarded Items. I am not a hoarder. If anything, I'm probably the opposite of a hoarder in that when I get some, I want to use it. My daughter-in-law's the same thing. We'll be shopping. If she gets a new pair of shoes, she's putting on those new pair of shoes. I get a new person in the car, I'm changing most of the time. I want to use my stuff. So hoarded items is kind of difficult for me, but I've been thinking about it, and I'm using things I don't use often. Not because they're hoarded, but I just don't use. No reason, no excuses, I just don't. So this is my cover page. This is from my new Mary Englebright. The actual journal, like I said, was made, so like this was already put in there. This is another cover page because I could. This is We Got Home. Northeast Missouri on the farm has a lot of those brown ladybugs and flies. And when I say we have them, I'm not talking like, you know, every once in a while we swap a fly. I'm talking about they're everywhere, and we vacuum them up with the hand vac every day. I sweep. Up here, they're even worse. It's an old house, so that, you know, kind of makes a difference. So that's where this oh no came from, because when I walked in, there were bugs. And this is the old house. It's not haunted, and it's sure not this exciting looking. I love this house. I could live in it. This is just March, and I have March came in like a lamb. And I'm sure many of you know that saying. Being an elementary teacher, you know, I sure do know it. Okay, this is Sunday the 1st. We've had lots of laundry because, you know, as you move, you want new bedding, clean, all of that kind of stuff. We didn't have a wash machine down there the last few days, so I've been doing that. Been cleaning out the closets up here. And this was my Sunday. Now, there was a visitation of a dear, dear friend, and I was unable to go. Greg went. She was a member of Eastern Star. We know nothing about Eastern Star, but he stayed for that and then came home and told me about it. Welcome to my world. A lot of times I sign up for things and I'm unable to do it. I'm just unable to do it. This is so I can write more when more things come up. But that lady was a very strong Christian lady. She was a Martha. If you know the story of Mary and Martha in the Bible, how Martha was the worker, that was Elaine. And then Monday was her funeral. I was unable to go to the funeral, but I watched the funeral. They even televised it. The church was absolutely packed. They used buses to take people to the cemetery. I mean, yeah. Now, you have to remember, this is in a town of 1,800 and a county of 5,000. So, you know, everybody knows everybody. And she really had made a dent. But Emerson was up here. This is where the fun stuff happens, because I rearranged furniture. She helped me clean bathroom closets because, of course, we had all the Pepto-Bismol, the cleaning, all of that, towels, all that kind of stuff that we wanted to keep or needed to keep. And so we cleaned and we cleaned. I found 2 dresses my mother-in-law had kept. She has a closet in here of all the tax files that were gradually burning. I mean, some from the 80s, 90s. But I found 2 dresses that she had made. And I'm going to give them to our community players. But that was fun to find. Emerson didn't think she'd ever wear one of those. Here is a fabric ruffle, just because I'm trying to incorporate some green. Yes, this is on crooked. The bows, because Emerson spent the day and helped. She really did. Now, this was yesterday, and yesterday I really hurt. So I did a lot of sitting. I did clean, just give a basic bathroom cleaning. I laid around. I'm getting close to just clothes for the laundry. But I didn't do much. Finally, towards the end of the day, I was feeling so guilty. I came up here and finished my February journal, which I hope to do a flip through of that. And I started this one. My February journal's completely done, I believe. All flipped through, written in, and all that kind of stuff. However, I don't know what I'm going to put on Tuesday. So I decided maybe y'all like to stick around and watch me fumble around and try and do that. I have made my it's not a column, capsule. So I have lots of things in my capsule, some napkins, just Dodson and March stuff. Some birthday stuff that I don't have much of, but just some stuff like that. I have a bit box I've created. This was from Bridget, and I can't think of the name of her channel. Plan Her Creations, I think it is. I'll put it down in my descriptions. But I really liked how she had these little things in here that are little, but have some pictures I've already cut out, some things I know that we do. I'm going to have to ask Bridget, what are some of her other categories that she finds she reaches to a lot? I put medical, health, and exercise in the same thing. News, quotes. Now, here are some little stuff I could just put up in the drawers that they go in, but I haven't. Sewing, social media, sports. I've got a lot of that in there. Travel, and weather. I didn't find anything that just said yucky weather. So I've got that. I've got out some of my stamps. To Thursday, my best friend and I will be doing lunch together. So I got a stamp out to say that. I drank a lot of tea yesterday because that did make me feel better. So I could put that on here. Yes, I am scrambling for ideas. But you know what? We all do. We all have those days we don't feel good. I know I'm not the only one, and I know, you know, what I was feeling was fibromyalgia flare-up and from overdoing. I know others have days that are worse than mine. Some may have bad days that are better than mine. I don't know. But I could put this in here because it's great big. And it would take up a lot of room. See? I don't want to put a toilet bowl in here. And, you know, where I washed up the bathroom. I don't really need a toilet bowl in my journal. But I do have some cleaning stickers. They're not very big, but I have them. Do I have anything else? Didn't drink coffee. Oh, I would love a good cup of coffee. I could go in my social media. Oh, that needs to go in February. I didn't make any money yesterday. My husband made some. Somebody paid him for something. I don't know, a bin usage or something like that. Didn't put on makeup. I was lucky I got dressed. I really need to go for a good walk, but it's that kind of weather that if I get out and go walk, I'll be worse for wear. I might use those. Yeah. Here, clean all the things, wash all the things. Now, for those of you who are new, I work at a old library desk, teacher's desk. And it has, remember those little panels when we were a kid that pulled out those little shelves? And the teacher, when they were helping us to understand, they would pull those out so we had a little place to write on. I love those as a teacher. I ironed it this morning. I'm going to go ahead and put that on. And while I'm doing that, let's put them on my March. I cleaned. I'm ready to wake up knowing I don't have more cleaning to do. You know? So, back to what I was thinking about. Concrete butterfly. Thank you for showing me that these exist. I love this glue. For those of you who are new, oh, shoot. Well, we'll do it this way. When, you know, your glue bottle gets old, you've got to put it upside down or be patient enough to wait for it to slide down. I am never patient enough. So that's why everything's unpacked. I got new containers that we brought up. I don't have holiday ones. I was looking at those. on Amazon. I need to get some of those. Yep, that's still sticky. I bought this Post-it tape eons ago when I was in the classroom. And you know what? I still have it. I need to use it. Here's some green. There's Sweet Thing for my son's birthday next week. Oh, I didn't do that. I am not climbing under that desk today. We'll just get a different one. I do not overthink. My husband sometimes wonders if I think. Sometimes a neurologist wondered if I could think. But I do not overthink anything. If I don't like something, I'll repaint it, or I will live with it. Literally just live with it. And I want to make this music paper sturdier. I don't have it in me to overthink it. Now, I have a girlfriend that overthinks for me. And I was needing new this is an example of it. I was wanting new bathroom flooring because we redid our bathroom last year. And decorating is up her alley. I mean, it's what she went to college for. Beautiful. And so this is Danny that you hear about. So I told her one day after we did lunch, I said, I'm to go look at tile for the bathroom. I said, would you help me? Sure, she would. You know, that's what best friends do. So they had some that was cheaper because it it was extra from another job that they did. And oh, I need to make cleaning one. I don't have a cleaning one. And so my husband told me to look at it to see if I liked it, because they had enough for that job for our bathroom. And so that's what we were doing. And so we walked in and, you know, we talked to him about it. And Danny goes, I really like that. I said, sold. I said, we'll take it. And she just burst out laughing. She said, Kathy, I'd have had to take 4 or 5 of them home. I'd have had to live with them. I'd have had to keep switching them and living with. She goes, it would have taken me 2 months to decide what I wanted. And she said, you looked at it, I liked it, and you said sold. And I said, that's because I trust you. And she laughed. She said, you crack me up. You can make a decision faster than anybody I know. Unless, of course, we go to the, a restaurant, and I'm always the last to order because that's just me. But when it comes to that kind of stuff, here, this says escapes. Is that what I did yesterday? Did I escape? These are some of my quotes. I didn't have an adventure. I'm in Missouri. I have a new niece named Maeve, which I love, Maeve. But Missouri is her middle name. And when I talk to my sister, I want to know if there's a story there. The mother is from St. Louis, so, is that a family name? I mean, I have a great-grandmother named America. But I just would love to know if there's a story. I didn't have fun yesterday. Spirit, winter. Yeah, I'm done with winter. Are you all? Now, I'm not ready for summer. I'm a spring, autumn person. I'm not big on, I could put temperature on here and put down what the temperature was yesterday. I think it was in the 50s. Yeah, not bad. I ate a lot of fruit. Didn't do much with memories. I didn't do much of anything. I played some games on my iPad. I watched journals. Like I said, I cleaned the bathroom. I filled up my pills, which is a weekly thing. Escape. I don't want Escape and family together. Healthy. You. I was not healthy yesterday. That's the S. Get rid of that in my way. What's this? Go. Yellow? Nope. There's the temperature and fruit. That's what I was wanting. Okay. I think I'm going to put Escape there, but let's see. About maybe I'm kind of looking through my scrap paper. See, I don't even have tons of scrap paper. I wish I was the kind of person to keep that kind of stuff, because then you got it when you need it. You know, like all the stickers I had when I did a planner before, and now I don't have it because that doesn't look like an Escape color, does it? Ooh, let's use this. I never know how to use this fabric paper. But I think escaping is kind of what I did. Okay, I'm going to glue this with Fabri-Tac, because I don't know that any other glue would stick. By the way, if you just do your fingernails at home, watch the Fabri-Tac. It'll eat up my fingernail polish like nobody's business. Sometimes I'll go and get my nails done, but not, I used to do it all the time when I worked. But I don't so much anymore because I don't go anywhere. You know, if I'm going anywhere, I will use mine and you know, be happy. Yeah, I'd rather buy other things. Excuse me. And I'll write about this, so I need yeah, that I can write about. Well, I could stick it in there too, couldn't I? And then temperature. I don't think I'm going to use those. I may not even use that as a, I may do, ooh, I could do this. I've got tea bags and I've got my teapot stamp. Oh, I changed my purse yesterday. Sorry for all the reaching, but all of my stuff is up high. I've still got some teapots that I made to go south, but I'm sitting here and thought of the stamp, so I'm going to use the stamp. I had oatmeal this morning. I can use that for today. I don't know what today's going to bring. I do want to get better, though. Tomorrow, Danny and I are meeting for lunch. My husband last night was, I don't know what he was doing, but anyway, he said, "What day are you and Danny doing lunch?" And I said, "What makes you think we're doing lunch?" Because I said, "Did I say something about it or something?" Because, you know, I could forget to do that. He said, "No, but you haven't seen each other for 2 months. I knew it was coming." And tomorrow is that day. We sit at the same booth if it's open. And they know our order. They know that we've been gone. Go that way. I think it does. And they know our drink choices. I don't know if this paper will stick on here, but if not, later I'll put that on top. Well, now, paste, you sure stuck fast. There we go. And rest and relax is what I did. All right, now I'm going to just begin this page. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to put in my Quaker Oats. I'll put in a tea bag just in case I don't have any. Some Splenda. And like I said, I've got this if I want to put more about Elaine. I've got her paper stuff in there. Oh, I would need a camera because I videotaped today. And I'll put one of those in my sticker book as well. This isn't real fancy, but I figure as the month goes on, I'll get it fancy. All right, so there's tomorrow. Here's today. Oh, my purse. I switched purses. What did I do with... I know, oh, there it is. I knew I had kept it. We'll put this down here. I know that's crazy to keep track of it, but I've got the stamp. Might as well. My car's loaded to take to the dumpster and to the thrift store, and so I'll do all that tomorrow. So tomorrow, oh, I can do this for today. Well, I've got that other Quaker Oat. I can, this hopefully will have more to it because I'll have the picture of, not picture, but I'll have stuff from tomorrow. So I am going to end that here, but I'm not done. Gonna put this in here so I can write. I'm going to tidy up my desk a bit, so if you want to stay tuned for that, you certainly can. I have a mess, I know. How do you guys store your words? I don't have a lot yet. Right now, I'm keeping them in this envelope, and I have a tray of all my letters and stuff. See, these are my letters, and so these are my words, and here are individual letters. That's a number. These are numbers, but they won't fit in my number drawer. These need to be cut out, and then the rest are pretty much all numbers. I don't know a better way to keep it. I just keep it on this table behind me, and this is my number drawer. So I keep all the numbers I make or find in here. But it's pretty much full, and I'm not going to cut up all those numbers. I'm just not. I do have a bit box now. I don't know why I never had one before. Because it sure is handy to have for all those little things. I'll show you. This is my bit box. And here is where I keep my tea bag sweetener things. I have a lot of these little, like these are the pictures of Greg's grandma and grandpa that are little. These are like holiday little stuff. I was afraid I'd lose. You know, just little stuff. So smart, so smart. With time changing, I have been finding clocks like crazy. Don't know where to keep them, so I put them in here for now. Here are some vintage papers. Here's tags, you know, for when you're cutting up a masterboard and you want it to look right. You know, just library cards, library pockets. Some of these, what do you guys call them? Like project cards or something like that. Here's writing paper. Here's some magic paper. Allison, I think, calls it magic paper. I need to get these out because rainbow, those would be good for me to write on now. That's got one in there. Don't need another one. Oh, no, these weren't like these were cut out, I think, from a paper pad. Emerson loves making these things. Highlighter. I never used those. I'll stick it in that and maybe I'll get, oh, there's something green. Maybe I'll come up with something for that. See, it's not that I hoard it. It's not I don't think that I'm hoarding it. I just don't know what to do with it. So, but it was nice to have a little spot to put these in. So thank you, Allison, for that idea. I'll put her channel below. I have DAR Friday. So these will, I pulled these for that. Not that I'm going to use them all, but I may get another envelope. And put those in there in that box. So anyhow, that's kind of how it goes. Around here, I don't know what the guys are doing. I know they had some plans, probably working in the dirt somewhere. They do like work. It's a yucky day. It's not rainy. It's misty. It's, I'm just putting all these little things in my capsule. I've got a unicorn of Emerson's to mend. So I'm keeping that out for when I mend it. I can put that on whatever day I get to. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever use that thing. There's another one. They came off my oranges or apple bag. So, put my corner punches in here. Not that I won't need them. But, found that little box. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. And I am the world's worst about not putting stuff back where it goes. It's like, oh, that will fit in there right now. And so I put it there. Yeah. Set that to the side so I can put up my paper clips and clips in my drawer here. I love having these little shelves that slide out, but if you know that you don't always use them. So that's that. I'll let you go. I'm going to finish cleaning up. Then I think I'll do a run through of my February journal. Have a wonderful day. And always remember, you have a purpose. Bye for now.